Let's go.
Okay, so we are actually, end of Pesach. We're going to do Netivot Shalom on the 7th day, right? So the 7th day, basically, we're celebrating the splitting of the sea, but not the Egyptian drowning. It's like some kind of a day that it doesn't have like its own theme besides the Kriyat Yamsuf and the sing and the Shira. So Netivot Shalom here, he brings the topic which is ובני ישראל הלכו ביבשה בתוך הים, right? That the Bnei Israel, they walked in dry land in the sea. So we need to observe first why it says at the beginning, right? תחילה ויראו העם את השם, right? That first they had the fear, the people were fearing Hashem. And only after that it says, and they believe in Hashem, they had the faith in Hashem and faith in Moshe, his servant. Because we learn many times that faith is before the fear. And it's like the fear is a result of the faith, right? Because people that don't have belief, they don't have a faith in Hashem, so they don't care. They don't care of anything. No mitzvot, because I don't believe in Hashem chas v'chalila, and therefore there is no reward, there is no punishment, there is no hell, there is no heaven, there is no consequences to what we do, because after we die, it's just became a piece of meat, there is no neshama. So that's it. So fear is a result of a faith. So it said why? It says first that they had the fear and then they had the faith. Okay, that's the question. Also, we need to explain when it says Vayiru Am et Hashem, right? When they fear Hashem, and then it says later on, Az Yashir Moshe. Then Moshe is singing, because a song is flowing out of love and happiness, enjoyment, not when you're afraid. Right? So how is it related, that song, that Shira, from the fear of Hashem? And also when it says Vayiru Am et Hashem, right? We need to explain that, because in the splitting of the sea, B'Kriyat Yamsuf, Igu Israel Avat Hashem, we reach a level of loving Hashem, that out of the revelation, we saw how Hashem loves us, like the magnitude, the scale of it, so much love to us. But why here again, it says that they were in the level of yira, of fear. And we can explain according to what it says in the book Noam Elimelech, Likutei Shoshana. On the pasuk, ובני ישראל הלכו ביבשה בתוך הים, right? That we walked in the dry land in the sea. So he said here, שיש צדיקים אשר רואים את גדלות הבורא ורומות אלוקותו. There are some righteous people that they see the glory of Hashem, right? And how spiritually him, like it's unbelievable, not even possible to describe. But they see that every step of their life, or every step literally that they take. They saw it from the Shemaim and the Shmei Hashamayim and all the army, the land and everything, you know, the angel, the entire creation, everything. They see Hashem that is renewing the creation every day, right? B'chol yom tamid oseh maaseh bereshit. And these righteous people, they see that constantly, the same way, in the same level that the Bnei Israel saw when they had this miracle and the revelation and the miracle of splitting of the sea. This is how they live their life, every day.
We can still do that today?
Yeah. There were people like Rabbi Chaim Kanievsky, Rabbi Steinman, Rabbi Yosef. Yeah, there were some people like that. This is how they live their life. It says, right, so they are in that level, the same time that we were actually on the sea, seeing the splitting of the sea and the revelation. And then what does it says now, right? Right, it was ובני ישראל הלכו ביבשה בתוך הים, they walk in the dry land inside the sea. That Hashem influence, gave them that faith, like so strong faith, that it is if like even in dry land, forget about the splitting of the sea. Even in dry land, regular place, when you walk here on the sidewalk, right, in your house, it is if like you walking inside the sea. Even here on the land, they saw Hashem, His glorious, His honor, all the wonders and everything. The same way that they saw at the time that the sea was splitting. Even now, when they walk into the grocery, into aisle 1 to buy something like avocado, cucumber, sushi, it is if like they're walking inside the sea. the same time of the miracle. And this is what explained in Tehillim, Afach, right? Afach yam layabasha, that Hashem turned whatever was in the sea into dry land, which means ma shaya bayam nefach yot gam bayabasha. Everything that was actually in the sea became like a dry land. Because from the splitting of the sea, what we left with is the revelation that also the dry land is like the sea, like there's no difference, right? They saw Hashem. And that was the level. And even in dry land, they saw Elikud, they saw Hashem, is divine spiritualism from heaven. And that was like the fate was determined or planted in them the same way it was during the splitting of the sea, the same way that they walk their day-to-day life in the land. And according to his holy words, right? So this is from the Noam Elimelech, that in the splitting of the sea, they reach such kind of a divine level of faith. Now we can understand, right, that we saw the mighty hand or the great hand that Hashem did in Egypt. And it says, out of this revelation, we achieved two divine levels. First one, Vayiru Am et Hashem, that we had a fear in Hashem, and the second, El Hashem, and the second, Vayaminu b'Hashem Moshe Avdo, that we had a faith in Hashem and Moshe Avdo, right? Remember the original question was, why fear come first? Because fear is the result of a faith. They have to have a faith first, but here it's talking about the fear at the beginning. He said, because they achieve that divine level of fear, which is fear out of love. Not a regular fear, not fear of a punishment. As it says, Vayiru Am Hashem, right? Am et Hashem, which is Yudke Vavke, which is not Elokim, because usually you're referring to judgment and din and harsh thing to the word attribute of Hashem of Elokim. But here they saw Yudke Vavke, which is a chesed, kindness and love. And this is what it says in Yesod HaAvodah, that Shu al derech shnei, that in Yesod HaAvodah he said there are two ways, right, about two people that love each other. They are very trusted to each other. And out of the love that they have one to each other, each one of them is scared and he is in a fear that he doesn't want to damage the love in anything. So the root of that fear is actually coming out of the love. And therefore, at the time, it was not just fear of punishment, it was fear out of love, which is in a higher level, a divine level. And then it says, that brings us actually to that level of faith. Ve'aminu b'Hashem u'Moshe Avdo. And he says, as it's explained, that all the revelation of these levels and achieving the faith that they had in Yam Suf were also have the ability to have here in dry land, in our day-to-day, which is the highest level of faith. That they had the merit and they gained that after they saw on the sea, right, the mighty hand. And therefore their faith became stronger and stronger, like in the land. And because we achieved that high level, Lemadriga Elyona, of yira out of love and faith, and then immediately when you're happy and you have that such kind of an awe to Hashem, then as Yashir Moshe ובני ישראל, then they had the ability actually to sing that song. Because when they left Egypt, we didn't sing yet, only after the splitting of the sea. Because when we came out from Egypt, right, to the redemption, we didn't have a real faith. I mean, yeah, we believe in Hashem, but we didn't have much merit for that. And we were still in a mindset of a slave. And we still were in the 49 level of Tuma. But now, 7 days after, and we saw the revelation and everything that happened, I mean, the plague that happened in Egypt was not bringing us to that level. But splitting of the sea and see how Hashem loves us, that brings us suddenly to a realization that, wow, we love Hashem. And from that we said, oops, we don't want to disappoint him. Wow, this is scary. We shouldn't do anything to disappoint him. That's the fear of Chas v'Chalila, somebody that is really scared to damage the love and the connection and the relations. That brings them to the level of Emunah. And that was only on the splitting of the sea. And that was actually, a very, very high level. And then Moshe could, and everybody else could actually start and sing the song. And it says here, ובכל דור ודור, in each and every generation, right? A person must see himself. It is if like he himself went out of Egypt. So he said in the redemption from Egypt, there are two parts. One is leaving Egypt, going out. And the second one is splitting of the sea. And the Chag Pesach, right, which is, we learned that is the first month, is the first Chag, it's the Rosh Hashanah for a fate, right? Rosh Hashanah, the regular one, is crowning Hashem, making him a king, the judgment, etc. But Pesach is out of love. And that's the Rosh Hashanah of the fate. And from that, we have the fate is coming down and drilling down from all the other level. A simple fate, a sophisticated fate, whatever, and a very high level, which is coming out of love, and then bring it to the fear. And the Rambam said that it was known that from the big miracles and the famous miracle, right, Adam modeh b'nisem hanistarim shebeseder Torah, that the person actually is admitting in the small little hidden miracle. And these are the foundation of the Torah. And he said there is no share in the Torah to Moshe, to a person, until like really will believe in all the thing that is in the Torah. And also understand that everything is actually one big miracle. And there's no nature. It's not like this is how the world is going. Hashem credited it in this way, that it is like nature of law. Yeah. But we should believe and know that everything else is a miracle. Everything. Right? And that's high level of emunah we achieved only after Yetziat Mitzrayim and splitting of the sea. And that was bringing them to the level to understand that everything is just miracle. That's it. It's all miracle. And if it's only all miracle and splitting of the sea and see what they saw, that bring them into the realization that Hashem loves us so much and we love him back, and we don't want to damage that or to disappoint him. And out of that fear, we will be able to sing. So this is one of the main thing, or the main theme of Shvi'ei Pesach. Really to love Hashem and to enjoy, and Baruch Hashem, Bezrat Hashem, we have two Yom Tovs coming, and just want to wish Chag Sameach, good Yom Tov, and good night.
Beautiful. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Very nice.